Hey, what's up, everybody? And before we actually get into the Friday Night Smackdown review, I'm sure everybody has heard in the past few hours now of the sad and unfortunate news of the death of New Jack, aka Jerome Young, ECW, legend and hardcore legend in general, has passed away at the age of 58 years old. Apparently, it was a heart attack to what I've read off of PW Insider. I believe his wife confirmed it, if the story is right on that. So yeah, just really sad, unfortunate news. I didn't really find out about it till on Twitter a few hours ago. I was just basically watching SmackDown, and I just happened to look at my Twitter, and then I kept hearing like New Jack died, and I'm like New Jack, and I'm like, nah, that couldn't be true because I didn't really believe it at first. I'm not really one to believe off of any internet wrestling dirt sheet site because you can't believe all those. And I just kind of sat there like, nah, not New Jack. It couldn't, not him. And I didn't really believe it. But once I saw other wrestlers and companies from AEW, Impact, and others, that's when I kind of started to believe it. Then, because listen, I was already kind of having a bad day in general. This kind of made my day a little bit worse hearing that news. Like it really did. Like I like New Jack. I was a fan of New Jack. I could go all the way back to ECW. Just him coming out to Natural Born Killers and everything, just beating up everybody. We can go talk about the Gangsters. We can talk about ECW, Smoky Mountain Wrestling, TNA, just the promos this guy cut. We can go back to the infamous promo when he first stepped in to Smoky Mountain Wrestling with the Gangsters and everything. Just go look at that promo, man. You want to see raw, uncut talent. You want to see the real. Go watch that promo. Go watch any of New Jack's promos. Like, he will get you hooked in. All right, he definitely will. So I always like his promos, and it's like a lot of wrestlers say when he's on. And listen, we can go through the whole drug thing and whatnot, but I'm not going to step on that right now. Um, when he's on, he will give you a hell of a promo out there, okay? So I could just go on and say many things. Like, the guy was still active on Twitter, I know that, because he would say some really funny shit on there, and I had followed him on Twitter, and he always interacted with a lot of fans on there. And I saw the cameo videos, which was always pretty funny. And just I believe he had his son on there one time, and the kid was like holding a giant crossbow because New Jack was like a bounty hunter and he got that giant knife and everything. So I thought that was good. But I could talk about just the shoot interviews, man. We could just talk about it's like hours of content you could just listen to. I was just watching one of his shoot interviews the other day just for the fun of it because I always get a good laugh listening to him, and I could just talk about because I didn't start really watching his shoot interviews till at least about 2010 or maybe 11, and I was hooked on ever since. And he was still, doing shoot interviews to this day. I don't think he was wrestling that much, but New Jack was just very infamous person. You can just go look at the episode from Dark Side of the Ring that came out last year because that was a really fun and good episode, and I enjoyed it because I was really looking forward to watching that one. Like, I already knew about most of the stories anyways when they talked about it, in his career and everything, because we can talk about from the mass transit incident to the Vic Grimes incident, just to, him stabbing motherfuckers in the ring. Listen, I'm not saying everything this dude did was right. Don't get me wrong. Some of those guys had it coming, okay? The whole throwing people off the scaffolding or fucking up mass transit. It was like, well, it's not like that nigga didn't have it coming. So, some of that stuff was justified. New Jack did, okay? Some of it was legitimately justified, but a lot of people, in the industry just call him one of the craziest, toughest son of a bitches in wrestling in general. I could go about some of the stories I've always thought was funny, from the Terry Reynolds stuff to it was one story he was talking about. I don't know, it was when Taz got slapped by RVD, was pretty funny, or wow, what was one I was hearing? Oh, the whole thing with Balls Mahoney, that whole face-off feud they did in like one of them RF shoot interviews was, that was a crazy and intense thing, but a lot of people thought it was funny at the same time. But I could just go on a lot to say about New Jack. All right, like, I always thought the guy was just freaking cool. Like I said, crazy ass motherfucker, but he's one of those dudes you want on your side in a way. Because I remember not that long ago, he was talking about it like, I will take that Logan Paul or Jake, whoever was one of them Paul brothers that was doing that whatever $10,000 wrestling challenge. I'm like, put him in. And I said this on video. You can go back and look at one of my past reviews. I said, put him in there, New Jack. I paid good money to see New Jack stab the crap out of one of them motherfuckers. Okay, I would, like, I really would. But like I said, like New Jack was just one of those guys that was like one of the real ones on just in wrestling. All right, and I was just surprised he was only 58 years old. I actually thought he was younger. I didn't know he was that old. I actually thought he was at least like, I want to say 52, maybe 53 years old. I didn't really know he was 58 years old. So I was surprised to hear about that. I'm like, wow, he was 58. I thought he was older. But, just hearing, he had a heart attack and everything, I was like, man, that New Jack. But, it's just a lot of great things. Love or hate him, man, you would talk about New Jack, all right? If it's one thing you do, like, if you didn't, like, if you loved him or if you hate him, he was always in the conversation or if you talked about him, okay? And like the Dark Side of the Ring episode, like a lot of new people started knowing about him then. And they, like I said, they say these people start following Twitter. And I remember he was just in one of them Vlad TV interviews like last year. It was mostly the same stuff I've already heard for years, but you know, it's still entertaining to listen to. So I'm just trying to go on what I remembered of New Jack throughout these many years. Because, like I said, I was just watching. Man, why do I get a phone call at the wrong time? Hold on a second. Sorry, I had to take that phone call right there. Man, they always get me on phone calls at the wrong time when I'm talking about something important, okay? But yeah, though, like I said, though, man, there's countless things I could talk about with New Jack just from you could just go from shoot interviews to promos, probably to matches, just a lot of stuff. And I'm just trying to name everything that I have seen and just what I known throughout the many years with him. Okay, so even all the way to this date, after the whole Dark Side of the Ring episode, even the Confidential episode I saw was really good too. Okay, like I said earlier, that was probably like one of the funniest ones they did. That was the really good Dark Side of the Ring episode. Okay, like it was like, I'm like, hey, that's New Jack for you, man. Like the dude's doing drugs, but he's still going. Like I say, he puts he put out his best work when he's not on something. Okay, but like I said, the dude is just very infamous with a lot of stuff he does, and even some people said that a lot of people probably would have expected, people to talk a lot of shit about him for a lot of the stuff he did. I probably may have heard like one or two people online probably said bad stuff. Most of it has been praise and respect, and just people were really sad and in mourning, and they just, had a lot of good things to say about New Jack, memories of him, or if they had photos with him, anything. I saw mostly positive stuff to what I've seen about New Jack. Like I said, he was one of the last real ones still in wrestling that never really had to change his whole thing or be something he's not. And some say, what is the line between, Jerome Young and New Jack? It's like a blurred line. And what I think that was said in the Dark Side of the Ring, like who is New Jack and who is Jerome Young. So, you never know, okay? You really don't. So, I can go around and say, bombs away. Pew! That was still funniest line in that episode, though. Bombs away. Pew! that was hilarious though. But in all honesty though, man, I just want to say rest in peace to New Jack though, man. We lost a good one, man. He was a real nigga, man. That was one real ass nigga. Okay, so it's crazy that it was happening. I was hoping this story wasn't gonna be true, and I hoping it wasn't gonna be real, but unfortunately, it was real today. So man, I'm just saying, man. Shout out to OJ, man. You know, that's two less ones to worry about. Louis Farrakhan, you'll be the president soon. Snoop Dogg, I know you're innocent. You called me last night, okay? So I had to say something about that promo too, man. So yeah, R.I.P. New Jack, man. That was something that one kind of got to me a little today. That one definitely kind of got to me a little today. So yeah. But moving on into SmackDown, no, we do kick it off with Jey Uso. Uh, Talked about how his brother Jimmy disrespected the head of the table and had no choice, but had no family business and everything. And he introduced both Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns, saying, we got some problems out here. Being your brother, he told Jay, but we got to deal with Cesaro right now too. As Cesaro says he's one of the best in the world, and he asked Heyman, "Is this true?" He says, "Yes, it is." And how many title matches has Cesaro had? 0. And Reigns asked him, how many have I had? And Heyman says, I'm good with numbers here. My people are. And he said, 39. Oh, 39 I've had. Okay. And basically, this is why I'm at the top. And, Cesaro's never even had a singles match for the world title. Okay. Actually, I've actually thought Reigns may have had more title matches, but Reigns went back and talked about Jimmy Uso then. Listen, we got to go back to him now. Jimmy came out saying, like, here you go. You running your mouth again while my brother stands here and looks like a bitch, basically. And Jimmy went on to say, man, you need to jump on my team, okay? Because he don't even know if Reigns will even make it past Cesaro on Sunday. And basically, Jay told him, like, listen, man, it's the cousin right here, man. It's all about family and everything. And, Reigns says, if Jimmy's all about family, he could just do for the family right now. And basically, how about this? You could go against Cesaro. But he said, I don't even think you could even beat Cesaro. And Jimmy said, no. But Reigns says, listen, man, you trying to fill some shoes here. This is what you need to do right now. Basically, Jimmy said, we could win the tag titles again. And, you could still be the head of the table and whatnot. But I guess he didn't want it like that. And I guess we're going to get a match with both of them tonight. So that's definitely what's going to happen. But basically, Cesaro out there. Yeah, Cesaro ended up coming out, basically say he's going to win the title this Sunday. Basically, after that, like I said, good promo. Still wondering, will Jimmy Uso, who does he align with? Is he on Reigns' side? Is he not on Reigns' side? What is the case with that? But it looks like, he's not on Reigns' side right now and trying to be his own man, okay? But moving on. Tag titles on the line. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax versus Tamina and Natalya. All I can say is this. I'm just glad Tamina and Natalya won. They should have won at WrestleMania. And the match was okay, but I'm hoping at this point, can we please break up Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler? This team has run its course, the whole Reginald thing, all that stuff. I am hoping it's over because I just don't want to see them as a team anymore at this point, nor do I really care. So for Tamina even getting her first title win, ever since she's been in this company for 11 years, and she's finally got a title under her belt. So yeah, she won with the Superflash Splash, and basically her and Natalya were cutting a promo saying basically, thank you, this dream, and then got pyro after that. So it was a very good moment for both of them. So I'm glad they won the titles because I was just sick of Jackson Tamina as the champion. So that's one good thing, really one good thing I could say about that tonight. Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz came out for, I guess, the ceremony presentation, which Apollo Crews basically talked about, Aziz helped them retain the Intercontinental Championship, so he's giving him a Nigerian Medal of Honor. This big celebration for, Commander Aziz, until Big E showed up on the screen saying, like, this is a sham. This whole thing is a sham, just like Macklemore winning Rap Album of the Year. Whew, don't remind me of that. But he says, I'm going to get my Intercontinental title back. Next thing you know, Sami Zayn comes out saying, like, listen, I know you're doing your ceremony, but I got a bone to pick with you about that Intercontinental title. Kevin Owens came out then. Basically, everybody's brawling in the ring at this point. We got finishes getting hit all over the place until, Owens ended up, I think he was the last one standing and whatnot after, Big E hit the big ending onto, Cruz and whatnot. So I think Owens is still standing at the end. So basically, a fatal four-way is going to come. But as Apollo Crews complained about in the back, instead of doing the match this Sunday, I guess they're going to wait till next Friday on Smackdown for a fatal four-way Intercontinental title match. We knew the fatal four-way was coming, though. So I guess they don't have time to book it on Sunday for some reason. I'd rather seen it on Sunday. That was probably one of the other matches I would have been looking forward to. But no, we're going to save it for Smackdown next week. Rey Mysterio went against Dolph Ziggler. Good match. Rey got the win inside Cradle. Basically, I know, Rey and Dominic said they're going to win the titles this Sunday. And then Ziggler and, Rue were still kind of antagonizing them then after that. Basically saying they're going to retain the belts. But a good match, though, still. I'll say that. So, we'll see what happens Sunday with the titles, because Rude said, yeah, you got lucky and everything, but you won't be lucky on Sunday. What else was on here? Bianca Belair was in the ring for a promo talking about Bayley and what she did to her last week. As Bayley was on the screen laughing, saying, I'm going to take your title this Sunday. Bianca basically saying, I know why you laughing. You see, you insecure because While you was getting thrown down the ramp at WrestleMania by the Bellas, I was in the main event of WrestleMania. As Bailey went on to say, "Listen, she basically got serious. I'm like you. I had the same past like you. Young, vibrant and everything, win the title, but this fairy tale's not going to end well for you this Sunday when she takes the women's title from us." So promo is okay. We'll see what happens. Shinsuke Nakamura went against Corbin. Corbin beat Nakamura after dodging his armbar, putting him into a pin. Why am I seeing this feud again? And then after Nakamura ended up beating up Corbin and knocking him with a Kinshasa and like picking up the very, very heavy looking crown, just acting like it and sticking it on his head. I have no idea where this is going, okay? Honestly, I'm Corbin and until that win last week, I forgot this guy was even on TV. And I still didn't want to see him on my TV after him being gone this long too. So I don't know why I need to see this feud. We had another Aleister Black promo. Once again, reading his book, Tales from the Dark Father. Basically talk about his father was just a cold person, and talk about the cruelties in life and basically cutting the steel and why you were made from the same dirt. He could teach you this lesson, but you are not a participant. You are a spectator. Why I say a specter? A spectator and whatnot. Jimmy Uso then was in the back kind of promo saying he had a match in over a year. This is my first match tonight. And, used to be a tag team with his brother, which he wants him back. But, he got to go out there and prove himself, which he was actually still pretty good out there going against Cesaro. But, Reigns and Jey Uso end up getting involved for the DQ. Jimmy says, why you had to do that, huh? Why you get involved in my match? Jimmy left, but Reigns says, listen, man, we don't need these small time matches. We need the big money matches. We putting food on the table for the family, okay? That's what you need to be doing out here. Not these small little time matches and whatnot. As they still arguing, Jay ended up trying to go after Cesaro then. And he told Jimmy to come help him. Reigns got in the ring and took down Cesaro, but Cesaro got the upper hand on him then. He basically went back for Jay. He ended up knocking Jimmy off the ramp. He hit Jay with a neutralizer as Reigns looked on, and he gave Jay another neutralizer then. So good stuff in the ending, especially with the whole Jimmy Uso thing, which Reigns didn't even attack Jimmy Uso yet, I should say. It's basically saying, like, you still need to fall in line. There's still a chance. Don't do these small time matches. You need to be the big money match. You just need to put in and put on for the family and whatnot, okay? So we're going to see what happens with that. I'm sure there's probably going to be more Sunday with the Reigns and Cesaro, which I'm sure Reigns is going to retain one way or another with or without Jimmy Uso's help, mostly with Jay. So we'll see what happens with that. But other than that, that's my review of SmackDown tonight. So yeah, I'm out of here. See you guys later. Peace and RIP New Jack, man. EC motherfucking W, okay? ECW. Peace.